donkey prophecy. The donkey in the story of Balaam is a prophetic foreshadow of the end times. Beginning with the prophecy of the Messiah riding into Jerusalem on a donkey, let's look. Genesis chapter 49 verse 10 and 11 says, "The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Binding his fowl unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine, he washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes." We then see Christ riding in to Jerusalem on a donkey, with his kingdom following, and his donkey tied to the vine. And when the donkey is tied to a grapevine, it will pull the grapevine and drag the grapevine behind the donkey on its leash. And this is fulfilled in the time of Christ, in his first coming. Matthew chapter 21, verse 5 and 6. "Tell ye the daughter of Zion, behold, thy king cometh unto thee meek and sitting upon an ass, and a colt the foal of an ass." And the disciples went and did as Jesus commanded them. So when the donkey was tied to the vine of the grapevine, and the vineyard people followed him behind the ass, Matthew chapter 21, verse 9, "And the multitudes that went before and that followed cried, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest." They praised the Davidic Messiah, the kingship of the Davidic king, on Christ as he was riding the ass. Do you see? Do you hear? Or are you resisting like Balaam? Numbers chapter 22, verse 21. "And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and went with the princes of Moab. And God's anger was kindled because he went. And the angel of the Lord stood in the way for an adversary against him. Now he was riding upon his ass, and his two servants were with him." We see Balaam resisting the Lord, and we see two servants there to testify, and we see the ass. Numbers chapter 22, verse 23. "And the ass saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And the ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field. And Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way." And we see the angel was standing in the path of the vineyard. Numbers chapter 22, verse 24. "But the angel of the Lord stood in a path of the vineyards, a wall being on this side and a wall being on that side." And what we see is that Balaam continues to resist the Lord, and his ass speaks. Numbers chapter 22, "And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass. And she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? And Balaam said unto the ass, Because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in mine hand, for now would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, Am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast ridden ever since was thine unto this day? Was I never wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay. So this is all a prophetic foreshadow, if you can see this. That there were 2 servants there witnessing, testifying of the people like Balaam who were resisting, to see and hear the signs of the ass on that way to the vineyard. And Christ is the one who rode that ass with the vineyard following behind him on that way. And in the end times, this prophecy will be the same. When you see Christ return on a colt of an ass, and he's riding with the vineyard behind him, you'll still have 2 testifying of this. In the end times, there is 2 testifying of that ass that Christ rode on, the donkey speaking to the people. This donkey Christ rode on should be speaking to you, and you should be hearing it talk. This donkey Christ rode on is a prophecy. That donkey that Christ is riding on speaks. That donkey's speaking. That donkey's testifying. That donkey that Christ was riding on with the vineyard, going on his way to the vineyard, is talking. It declares and it testifies that Christ is the king, the Davidic king, that was written about in the book of Genesis. John chapter 15, verse 1 and 2. "I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. There was two standing there testifying of that donkey speaking. And in the end times, that donkey speaking of Christ being the Messiah, the one that Christ rode in on. And the foal of an ass and a colt of an ass in the prophecy of Genesis also shares the likeness that Christ will return. The same prophecy that that donkey speaks about. The same prophecy about that colt. In the end times where his colt is gathered by the choice vine. That will be testified as well by two. The two servants, just like the days of Balaam. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Yes, that donkey is speaking. That donkey is prophesying. That donkey that Christ rode in on is prophesying. Can you hear it? Can you hear it speaking? Can you hear the donkey in Genesis speaking and prophesying that Christ is the King, that Christ is the Messiah? Do you hear that donkey saying he's the Messiah? Yes, that donkey in Genesis chapter 49. Is it prophesying to you? Is it speaking to you? Is that donkey not saying that Christ is the Messiah, the Davidic King, the one that Christ rode in on, that same ass? Is that an ass not speaking? Do you need two servants to tell you that they witness and testify that donkey speaking as that donkey goes on the way to the vineyard to collect the choice vine? Or are like you the same as Balaam, who resisted the Lord in the way to the vineyard and refused to listen to that ass as that ass spoke? And this is the prophecy of the donkey prophecy.